he doesn't want to be, and beautiful.
With the body shots, looking to finish it.
Trying to crank on it.
Just when the clock hit 4:59 of round 5 at UFC 300, Max Holloway stepped up, called for the fight, and delivered a jaw-dropping last-second knockout on Justin Gaethje that instantly became UFC legend. It wasn't just a win, it was a cinematic knockout etched forever in MMA history. Max Holloway has cemented his legacy with countless brutal finishes, but none compares to his final second KO over Justin Gaethje for the BMF title. In this breakdown, we'll dive into the build-up, the fight, and why this moment stands as one of the most shocking and unforgettable knockouts in UFC history. At UFC 300, with just seconds left on the clock, Max Holloway stepped into the center of the octagon, motioned for Justin Gaethje to come forward, and delivered one of the most shocking knockouts in MMA history. A right hand, clean and powerful, landed flush on Gaethje's chin, sending him crashing to the canvas face first. That punch, thrown at 4:59 of round 5, instantly sealed Holloway's place in UFC legend. It was not just a finish, it was a cinematic moment, a testament to courage, heart, and the warrior spirit that defines Holloway. And for many fans, it was the greatest KO in UFC history. Max blessed Holloway has never been a typical fighter. From his featherweight reign to his volume-punching records,
Holloway right back to the body work, then back upstairs.
Oh, all those.
That's like a 10-punch combo from Max.
he built a reputation as one of the most relentless and technically gifted strikers in the sport. But by 2024, Holloway had something more to prove. After losing his belt and suffering his first KO loss to Ilia Topuria at UFC 308, the world doubted whether he still belonged among the greats. That loss pushed Holloway to make a bold move.
He slaps to set up this big right to work. He notices, oh, that left hook, oh my God.
Right, I believe he's the best athlete in this division. And
one that would change everything. He permanently jumped to the lightweight division, chasing bigger names, bigger challenges, and, perhaps, one final shot at immortality. On the other side of the octagon stood Justin Gaethje, the man who personified violence in MMA. With knockout victories over Tony Ferguson, Dustin Poirier, and Michael Chandler, Gaethje had earned the nickname The Highlight. He wasn't just a fan favorite. He was a dangerous finisher, always pushing forward, always ready to brawl.
Both guys exhausted. There's no way this goes 5 rounds. They may both have to tap out.
That short uppercut changed everything, and
When he claimed the BMF belt by head-kicking Dustin Poirier into oblivion at UFC 291, his reputation as the Ultimate Warrior was solidified, and so the stage was set for UFC 300. Holloway versus Gaethje for the BMF title, in what promised to be a war.
One word, guys. Tune in tomorrow. Violence. Just violence, baby. Let's get it.
This is everything. Without a win, I don't get that shot. Best live show on earth tomorrow night. I guarantee it. Let's go.
From the first round, it was clear this was going to be a fight for the ages. Holloway came in lighter but sharper, using movement, feints, and long combinations to frustrate Gaethje. In return, Gaethje unleashed powerful leg kicks and counterhooks, trying to slow the pace and catch Max off guard. The exchanges were brutal and fast-paced, but Holloway was just a step ahead.
He would take his time and try to find the shot without putting himself in danger.
Well, the beautiful thing is that this is 5 rounds.
In round 2, Holloway's jab found its rhythm, setting up clean shots and spinning attacks that kept Gaethje guessing. Then came round 3, the turning point. Holloway landed a spinning back kick that crushed Gaethje's nose, instantly drawing blood and breaking his breathing. It was a brutal blow that changed the tone of the fight.
He had a badly deviated septum for most of his career. His nose completely blocked, forced to breathe out of it.
Despite the damage, Gaethje came roaring back in round 4. With a looping right hand, he sent Holloway to the canvas, the first and only knockdown of the fight. The crowd erupted. For a moment, it looked like Gaethje might turn the tide. But Holloway, as always, bounced back. He stood, reset, and continued throwing. That exchange only fueled his fire.
Was that an eye poke? Oh no.
He reacted like it was a poke.
Well, we'll see it.
As round 5 began, Holloway was clearly ahead on all scorecards. Most fighters would have played it safe, coasted to a decision win, and left with the belt. But Max Holloway is not most fighters. With just 10 seconds left, he did something wild. He stopped moving, he pointed to the center of the cage, and he waved Justin Gaethje forward. What followed was pure mayhem. Gaethje accepted the challenge and stepped in. They both threw wild punches. Then, with just 1 second on the clock, literally 4:59, Holloway unleashed a perfect right hand. Gaethje dropped instantly, face first, unconscious, before he hit the mat. It was one of the most dramatic knockouts the sport had ever seen.
Goodness. Clean as can be. And the accumulation of damage was too much for Gaethje to take. Holy smokes.
And this was a fight where everybody thought that Max was going to be outgunned.
The crowd exploded. Dana White jumped out of his seat. Joe Rogan and Daniel Cormier screamed in disbelief. Even NFL superstar Patrick Mahomes tweeted, "That was crazy." It was, without a doubt, the highlight of the night, and maybe the decade. The reaction to Holloway's buzzer-beater KO was immediate and overwhelming.
Oh my goodness, and he called for it! Called for him to stand and trade!
We have seen him do this on multiple occasions where he's winning the fight, say, let's just fight.
That's a warrior! That's a real warrior!
The clip went viral within minutes. TalkSport, CBS Sports, ESPN, and nearly every MMA outlet labeled it Knockout of the Year within hours. Some even called it the greatest finish in UFC history. What made it so incredible wasn't just the technique or the timing, it was the audacity. Max Holloway could have coasted. He could have taken no risk. Instead, he chose to throw down with one of the sport's most dangerous men, and he did it with everything on the line. There have been iconic knockouts before. Conor McGregor's 13-second KO of Aldo, Leon Edwards' head kick over Usman, Anderson Silva's Matrix-like finishes. But none happened at 4:59 of round 5. None had the stakes, the build-up, and the execution that Holloway's punch did that night in Las Vegas. That punch wasn't just a knockout, it was a message. Holloway reminded the world why fighting is more than just points and belts. It's about legacy, heart, and making a statement.
No featherweight other than Alexander Volkanovski has been able to solve this man, and that 3-fight series with the Volk man.
With that KO, Holloway became only the third man to hold the BMF title, following Jorge Masvidal and Justin Gaethje. But unlike his predecessors, Holloway didn't just win the belt, he owned the moment. The BMF belt was created for exactly this type of fighter. Someone who risks it all, fights with fire, and lives for the fans. Max embodied that to perfection. He walked out of UFC 300 with more than a belt. He won a $600,000 performance bonus thanks to the UFC 300 payout scale. But more importantly, he walked out a legend.
Performance of the night was Yuri and Holloway. Holloway won $600,000. Well deserved.
His KO tied the record for the latest knockout in UFC history. His legacy was already impressive before this. Title defenses, striking records, a 13-fight win streak at one point. But this fight, this KO, was something different. It was history. The MMA world exploded in praise. Dana White called it one of the greatest fights I've ever seen. Joe Rogan labeled it the most gangster thing I've ever witnessed in the octagon. Brendan Schaub, Ariel Helwani, and Chael Sonnen all agreed. Max Holloway had just delivered a top 5 moment in UFC history. Even his former rivals tweeted congratulations, with Alexander Volkanovski calling it pure art, and Dustin Poirier sharing, "You earned that, Max, congrats champ." And it wasn't just the professionals, fans were hooked. Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, and TikTok were flooded with highlight clips, slow-motion replays, and memes. It became the most watched knockout highlight of the year, and one of the most searched UFC moments ever. After the Gaethje KO, Holloway made it clear he is staying at lightweight. No more cuts to 145. No more chasing Volkanovski. Instead, his eyes are now set on revenge. At UFC 318, Max Holloway will defend his newly won BMF belt in a trilogy bout against Dustin Poirier, the man who defeated him twice before. But this time, Holloway enters with momentum, with belief, and with a finish that has made him the most dangerous man in the division. The UFC 318 bout is also rumored to be Poirier's retirement fight, making it even more emotional. And beyond that, Holloway has one more target: Ilia Topuria.
Championship fighting out of the blue corner, Max Bless Holloway,
the man who handed him his first KO loss. Holloway has openly talked about wanting that rematch, this time at lightweight, for redemption and possibly for gold. At 33 years old, Max Holloway is in the best form of his career, and with his skill set, toughness, and new weight class advantage, his reign might just be beginning. Max Holloway's knockout over Justin Gaethje wasn't just an insane moment, it was a symbol of everything MMA fans love. The heart, the timing, the grit, the drama. It was a last-second miracle wrapped in a perfect right hook. He didn't need to throw that punch. He didn't need to risk it, but he did. And because of that, we witnessed one of the most unforgettable finishes in UFC history. This wasn't just about the win, it was about sending a message. It was about legacy. Max Holloway isn't just blessed. He's battle-hardened, fearless, and now, undeniably, the king of chaos. Max Holloway's buzzer-beater KO over Justin Gaethje will echo in MMA history forever. 1 second, one punch, one legend. If you love fights that make you jump out of your seat, hit that like button, subscribe to the Roundhouse Report for more jaw-dropping breakdowns, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Which KO shocked you the most in UFC history? Let us know in the comments.